What do you think is the most important thing in a long-term relationship? You mentioned communication.
Being clear about your goals. I think you said that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But having a clear set of goals, a clear set of boundaries, not leaving anything in the dark. If something happens, you talk about it. If you have questions, you talk about it. If you're feeling a certain way, you talk about it. And if you're with the right person, they'll understand and want to work with you on that. And if you're with someone that doesn't want to do that, I probably wouldn't be in a relationship with them.
Do you think you can be too precise in your speech? And the way that I think of it when I say that is maybe like on the first date, you start laying out, this is my goal, this is my boundaries. And do you think that's too early? I don't know. This is a genuine question for myself because I don't know.
Not on the first date. I would be trying to get to know them at least, If you know them enough to ask them out, get to know them enough to know what their values are, and what they, what their beliefs are, kind of stuff like that. Get to know their personality, throw a few jokes in, see if they laugh, something like that. But if you're not compatible with them and and you don't find that out early, it's probably not gonna, it's not gonna be what you hope for.
Yeah, you're right. My mom taught me that the earliest stage should be the easiest. So every time that it's not easy in the beginning, I kind of take it as maybe it's just not. It actually helps a lot. Another thing on that, I said expectations need to be explicitly set, even if you believe that they're givens. Like they should already know this. They should still be explicitly set because your partner's not a mind reader. You're not a mind reader, so you can't expect them to know what you're thinking. Because sometimes you don't even know what you're thinking or what you want. Another thing that he mentioned in the chapter was when you are in an argument, and actually, this is a separate thing. When you and your partner are in an argument, you're not against each other. It's you two against the problem. And that has helped me a lot, too, with friends and everything. Like, any argument that I have with anyone now, it's like, okay, well, I'm not really here to win the argument. I'm not here to beat you. I'm here to, like, work with you and try and figure it out. But he talked about when you are in an argument and you want something to change, you have to be very precise, very honest about what you want. How do you go about that? Like, how do you figure out what you want? How do you figure out what is explicitly wrong? Because in a lot of arguments, people will bring up one thing and then it'll lead to another. This is what's wrong. First off, they say, this is what's wrong. This is what I want you to change. But then it goes into a million different things. How can you avoid that?
Avoid that? I don't know, but you can. A lot of the time, that stuff stems from not talking in the first place, and it might not. But what I've noticed is that when you don't have to be on someone's ass all day, like checking in on their mood and stuff. But if you notice something's up and you don't bring it up, for whatever reason, women especially like to bring that up later, that, hey, I was upset and you didn't say anything, and then start something from that. And you just have to be on the alert. You can't really, if you're in a good relationship, you shouldn't be really slacking off about anything like that. It's not like it has to be a job or something, but be attentive. When someone wants your attention, give it to them. And something I do with my girlfriend is we have lunch and dinner pretty much every day together at school. And that time there's no phones, no nothing. And we just talk talk about our days, talk about each other, and it's very that very simple thing makes everything else like smooth, like everything else runs smooth in our relationship just from being able to talk to each other about stuff that's going on. And if someone, so you're saying that if someone was like bringing it up to you, like what do you mean by that? Like explain that a little bit more.
Like you do something to annoy your girlfriend. Maybe you meant to do it, maybe you didn't. And she comes to you and she's like, okay, well, this kind of annoyed me. And then you're like, okay, well, I'm sorry. But then it goes off into, well, you did this a while back and this, and I don't like how you do this, and just everything. It's
Like a snowball effect.
yeah, like you listen to the chapter. He said that near the end, he was saying that a lot of arguments go from one issue to every issue, and it's basically impossible to to solve anything if you're talking about fixing everything. Like
Right.
you need to do one at a time. I was just asking how to avoid that, but communication is a good way of doing that, and I think that has to be built up. So, like you said, a lot of the times it's because they didn't talk 3 months ago when he did that, and it annoyed her, and
Yeah.
she didn't want to bring it up. Or the guys do it too. Guys just do it for different reasons. I think girls. I don't know why girls do it. I don't know. Guys do it because maybe they don't want confrontation. I don't think women are, for the most part, I don't think the women are scared of that. I think,
Definitely not.
I don't know. I don't know.